Hey, it's Jordan. Today, in this video, I want to talk about transcending the shadow of dislocation. I want to do Transcending the Shadow series on this channel. It came from the Gene Keys, is what inspired it. If you don't know what Gene Keys are, go to genekeys.com, get your profile. It describes the I Ching combined with astrology, combined with the chakras, all these different systems, and you get your unique DNA blueprint and what frequency shadows you can work on to embody your highest self. And then in my profile, one of my shadows is the shadow of dislocation. So it's something that I'm very familiar with. And if you need assistance deciphering your profile, I offer one-on-one consultations. Love working with the Gene Keys when I work with people. It's a beautiful tool. So, the shadow of dislocation, what does that mean? It means that we feel lost. We feel like we are suffering, we're in misery, and it doesn't feel like things are working out smoothly. And the solution for this, there's really nothing you need to do, which sounds kind of paradoxical, but when you get to these higher levels, it's all paradoxical. You don't need to do anything. You really need to see and remember that you can never actually be lost. Where you are right now watching this video is perfectly divinely timed. It's how the universe works. You can never be lost. If you think about spirit has no time. It operates in time, but it's timeless. And so it needs no agenda. It has no timeline that we need to be enlightened by 2027 or else. No. We have timelines that go on. This planet could explode and life keeps going. Planet to planet to planet, sun to sun to sun, just lifetimes. There's no rush. God has no rush. Why? He's an infinite being. What does he need to worry about making sure things get done? He's just here to play. It's a curiosity. It's just fun. It's fun to be embodied in a body and playing with other bodies, and what else is there to do? It's the only game in town, as Ram Dass says. So remember, you can't actually get lost. It's just you have a feeling in your biological system that you're lost and you're dislocated and you need to force your way into something. But no, really, you need to trust and surrender and realize there's nothing you need to do. It's all for fun. In my last video, 100 Days of Zen, I gave more of a technique, an approach, but the technique about things you need to do was meditating, and that just creates space. Daily, create space, create space, create space, so you can see, you can remember, you can get back into realizing, oh, even these moments of being lost, they don't last forever. I've had years where I was like, why am I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, I just feel sad all the time, and just this misery. And it doesn't stay. Eventually, gain momentum. Eventually, I started discovering things about myself and spirituality and all these different ways of being that, okay, now I'm back. I'm oriented. I have a focus that's bigger than me. most people in the mainstream world, if you're watching this, probably not one of those people, or you're working your way out of it, but most people are in their shadow frequency. Most people are completely lost and programmed and follow the mainstream narrative, which means you're probably going to be chasing after money and power, and it's going to be pretty selfish. It's all going to be me, 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 and that's not fulfilling. When you think about it from a higher perspective, a spiritual perspective, it's like you put yourself in the corner and then you're depressed because no one's at your party. It's like, yeah, you put yourself in the corner. You're only focused on you. You are one aspect of this whole divine play. All these birds and plants and bugs, people, all these things are all equally God, and you're only concerned with your own little myopic, self-centered view. So you gotta get out of that. And even when I've gone through my most dark night of the soul, everything falls apart. What is reality? Why is nothing working? That remembrance still allows me to push through, and it gives me a North Star to follow. When I think of dark nights of the soul, for me, it felt like a snake shedding its skin. And inside the skin are all these old ways of thinking, all these old programs, all this gunk that needs to be shed for me to grow into the next level, the next embodiment of who I am. And even after I shed my skin, my new skin of the new skin of the snake is very delicate. It's very soft and tender. And I'm not gonna have the same tenacity that I did have with my old skin. And that can be frustrating, but then remember, it's only a season. It's part of the process. You wouldn't want to stay that old way, so you had to shed your skin and grow and transform, and now you have to allow this new person that you are, that's tender and soft, and you need to be gentle with yourself. Allow your new skin to harden. Allow yourself to get accustomed to this new way of being that you are. And it's tough. And that's why you find channels like this and spiritual communities and other like-minded people, and you realize, okay, I'm not alone. Other people have gone through this. It's actually pretty standard thing to go through these seasons and these cycles. And the feeling in the shadow of dislocation is totally normal, totally an aspect of being a human. It's one of the archetypes that everybody goes through. And on the other side of that, you get your purpose and your direction. One of the best definitions or ideas around purpose that I heard was become the person you needed in your life when you were younger and offer that person to the world. So whoever you needed in your life when you were younger, become that person for your younger self, offer that to your younger self, and then offer that to the world. So anybody else that's looking for someone that you could be, that you have the potential to be, they can find you and your message will resonate with them. So don't worry if you're feeling lost. It's only temporary, it's totally natural, and you can never actually be lost. It's all in your mind. You are exactly where you need to be. Decide where you want to go and start taking those steps in that direction. If you're interested in one-on-one consultations, I offer that on my website. Check that out. Reach out. Much love.